Hello, welcome to the Fill in the Blanc podcast, where everyone loves everyone. That's the new motto. I'm gonna get a tattoo and make patches, and you could buy them on Etsy. It's March 21st, and Jeremy Jordan is not related to Michael Jordan, but he was in The Great Gatsby. And Chef Gail Simmons, which last I checked, I thought she was just a judge on Top Chef. That was a food editor, or she was an editor for Food and Wine magazine or Food magazine, or she was like if she wasn't she was either a journalist, a writer, an editor for like a food magazine, and was a judge on Top Chef. And I'm sure she has a social media, and I'm sure she cooks stuff like on her home at home. She's a home cook, and and maybe she's done YouTube channels and stuff, and I'm sure she cooks. But you know what? I cook, but I'm not calling myself a chef. So if by trade she's a writer for a magazine or an editor for a magazine, and if she's got a blog about cooking and she's a big foodie, when did she become a chef? Did something happen in the last few years that I'm not aware of? Did she go to culinary school and graduate? Did she open up her own restaurant where she like is the chef de cuisine and she wrote a whole menu and prepared all the food and taught it to her executive chef? Is she an executive chef busting her ass 50, 60 hours a week, working the line? Did she hire a sous chef? Does she handle food and beverage orders from companies? Like, is she in charge of purchasing? Like, when did she become a chef? Because I think that considering she's not a chef, she's just a home cook. So even if she cooks food at home and it's like restaurant quality food, you're not a chef. She's an editor. She's an editor in chief. She's a food writer, and she's a television personality. But she's not a chef. Since when did she become a fucking chef? We're calling her chef now. Don't you think that's kind of insulting to real chefs that actually did go to school and did work at restaurants and work their way up on the line and are executive and have and work the line as executive chefs or sous chefs and spend 50, 70, 80 hours a week and get on the phones and go to farmers markets and create recipes and write the menus and teach the menus and have to step in when someone is messing up? Like, Gordon Ramsay is a chef. Bobby Flay is a chef. There's tons of chefs that we don't know about. But Gail Simmons is a fucking person who judges chefs and a person that writes about food for a magazine. Okay? If anything, call her a social media influencer, or just say TV personality and home cook Gail Simmons. But when you call her a chef, that's like calling Paris Hilton a DJ. How do you think Funkmaster Flex and DJ Kid Capri and and DJ Jazzy Jeff and whatever DJ or Run DMC? I know he's the Jam Master Jay. If he were alive, rest in peace. How do you think Jam Master Jay would have felt if you showed these DJs fucking if you show these DJs Paris Hilton and you say she's a DJ just like you? They would be like, no, she's not a DJ. She's a music playing. She's a computer playing, party host, or she's a music organizer, or she's in charge of music. But dude, she's not a chef. That's insulting to Emeril Lagasse, who's a fucking legit chef. Now we're calling her chef, and guess what she's going to teach us? She's going to teach us how to make a guide to making egg-cellent eggs. So she's going to sit here and spend fucking like 10 minutes teaching us how to properly crack an egg and whisk it and make scrambled eggs. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what do they think? A bunch of 5-year-olds are watching the show? Like, 5-year-olds are at school, or they're not, or they're sleeping, or they're playing. Like, no one at home is saying, God, how do I make scrambled eggs and hard-boiled eggs? I need to watch Kelly and Mark and hope they teach me, because I'm relying on them to teach me how to make eggs. No, anyone that doesn't know how to make eggs either doesn't give a fuck or doesn't want to know how to make eggs. Because if they did, they would have gone to a YouTube channel and they would have put in the search box, how to make a hard-boiled egg, how to make perfect scrambled eggs, how to make scrambled eggs video. They would have already found out on the fucking internet. So anyone who doesn't know how to make eggs doesn't fucking want to know and isn't going to fucking watch. And if they're watching this stupid show, they're going to turn it off the minute some fucking food magazine writer fucking talks to us like we're fucking Special Olympics 4-year-olds and talks to us slow about teaching us how to separate yolks from whites and how to insert eggs in water and take them out and how to make an over easy egg. I mean, seriously, does she have a fucking masterclass coming up? Gail Simmons masterclass, properly cooking eggs. It's 2 hours of her telling you exactly what shape an egg is, Well, the shape is the shapes come in different sizes, but most of them are ovals, and some of them are brown, some of them are light brown. Now, there's farm fresh eggs that come from a chicken on a farm that are organic, and the difference, like, are you kidding me? Some fucking food magazine writer is called a chef because she's going to teach us how to make eggs. Grown adults, we've all been making eggs our whole entire life, either for ourselves or for our kids. This is going to be the stupidest fucking waste of time, and it's my pleasure to share it with you fucking people. But first, before we get to the bread and butter, let's fucking hear a waiter talk about Nightline. Fill in the blank. Like this video if you hate Chef Gail Simmons. She ain't no damn chef. Eat my ass, Chef Gail. Here's what we're serving tonight at Chef Gail's restaurant. It's my raw ass on a fucking plate with a fucking blood dipping sauce and a fucking glass of Pinot Grigio influenced with remnants of fucking apple juice and butter and a back palate of fucking grassy mineral. And it's a fucking sangria. It's white wine. It's fucking apple and butter scented fucking Pinot Grigio mixed with fucking my dick juice, aka urine. Here's a glass of my fucking chilled urine from Napa Valley with my fucking raw ass in a demi-tasse spoon. Fucking chef, eat my dick. Fucking crazy.
Unexpectedly.
Está fucking loca.
Estimated 15,000.
Fucking chef, está loca. Fucking crazy. Chef Gail Simmons.
Unexpectedly.
Fucking
saving
mom.
an estimated 15,000 to 30,000 lives, helping to defeat the Nazis. The mission remained top secret for 50 years, declassified in 1996. And tonight, nearly 80 years later, the Ghost Army now recognized with the Congressional Gold Medal. 3 of those veterans were right there today. Private Seymour Nussenbaum, then and now. Private John Christman, then and today. And Private Bernie Bluestein, then and now, today, honoring his fellow soldiers.
Took a lot of hard work with a lot of hardworking people. And I'm very proud and happy to be here to receive this honor. Thank you.
Just wow. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
service.
David. That's Nightline for this evening.
What such good looking man.
Just wow. Thank you, gentlemen.
But fuck you,
David. That's Nightline for this evening. You can catch our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America.
And fuck you, Gail Simmons.
But FanDuel.
If only we will be together again.
Family is the most important thing in my life.
Joey King, 30 years old. Looks like
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, from the new Broadway musical, The Great Gatsby, Jeremy Jordan. Plus, Live Cooking School continues with Gail Simmons and her excellent guide to eggs. Also, a performance from the band Walk Off the Earth. All this alive. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Gatsby. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday, March 21st, 2024.
Can't believe March is almost done.
It's almost done. I know. Let me tell you where this is going. Can you believe March is almost done? Second part of that sentence is, can you believe how well I did at Stump Mark in the month of March? Because he's almost undefeated in the month of March, and he's been insufferable at home alone.
We're going to be talking about eggs today.
I know.
We are going to be talking about
We're
eggs
doing
a
a cooking
lot.
segment on eggs.
Yeah. So expect
American
a lot.
And then tomorrow we're going to be talking about fallopian tubes. Puns.
MASH exclusive survey uncovered how people prefer
He didn't even finish the sentence, say puns, because you know why? He forgot the word. He was thinking, he doesn't know the word pun, so he was like, so expect a lot of, and then puns was what he was supposed to say. But instead, he says, so expect a lot of, and then he's thinking that thing that is you say that sounds like something else. I forget what it is, and then he changes the subject right away. This dude's a fucking mentally handicapped deer living in a den full of wolves, den full of wolves, and he's none the wiser. Deer in headlights is his nickname. How do you say it in Spanish?
He's almost undefeated in the month of March, and he's been insufferable at home alone.
We're going to be talking about eggs today.
I know.
We are going to be talking about eggs.
We're doing a cooking segment on eggs.
Look how he changes the subject because he can't think of the word puns. A lot of
Mashed exclusive survey uncovered how people prefer their eggs cooked.
Ooh, put in the comment section. I prefer mine. I like yolky, so over easy, which just take a flip, and flip them for just like 10 seconds and you're good. I don't need over medium, but if you do it for like 30 seconds, it'll be good for a sandwich where you get a little yolkiness, but it's not going to be running all over your arm. But I like over easy. Sunny side up is fine too. I'm not worried about. Back in the day, there was a scare that if you don't flip the eggs and you have them sunny side up, you could get salmonella, but I'm good with that. But I just over easy is what I'm used to because I like dipping my buttered toast into the yolk. And I like omelets, if that counts. Hard-boiled eggs suck. They suck my nuts. Don't get a hard-boiled egg. They smell like my ass, which is delicious.
People prefer
a delicious smell, but my ass tastes like shit. I stick my fingers in my butt every day, and I put them in my mouth to see how my ass tastes. Not one day out of the last 26 and a half years has my ass ever tasted good. Even when I'm in the shower and I use a nice scented body wash, I tried cucumber melon, raspberry, orange clementine. I tried peach vanilla. I even did rainforest. Rainforest tastes the worst because it tastes like soap. But the smell is delicious. So that's why I only smell hard-boiled eggs and don't eat them.
Exclusive survey uncovered how people prefer their eggs cooked. What do you think the number one way to
scrambled?
The people like their
I'm going to guess
cooked?
scrambled.
Scrambled?
Scrambled, yeah. 45%.
Oh, look at that, Kelly. You're smart. Kelly, you're a genius. Wow. Whoa. Kelly, look at you. Look at this. Brilliant. Look how brilliant. Look at this brilliant girl. That's genius. God, how did you know that? She's like, yeah, this is stupid. She knows this is stupid.
45%.
And Mark embraces this because Mark really feels like this is a great time for me to prove to everyone how smart I am. He's like, finally, I'm getting my brain challenged. And Kelly's like, this is so dumb.
So scramble.
My own personal, you guys are my own personal focus.
The best. You make the best. The best.
Great scrambled eggs.
Oh.
Do I?
Oh, do I? Really? Oh, gosh. Gosh, this is going to be the 8th day in a row. I'm going to have to give you a blowjob in Gelman's dressing room. There's no way she honestly buys that shit. I think she does. She's mocking. That's stupid, though. That's not cute. When he gives her compliments, she's like, really? Oh, thanks. Because now they're starting to placate to the, oh, we're this cute couple. Because everyone that's watching in the audience and at home is going, oh, isn't that sweet? The married couple of 27 years is complimenting each other. And he compliments his wife and the wife is flattered. It's so sweet. I wish we were all Wally and June Cleaver. And we lived in any town USA with our son Dennis, who carries a slingshot in his pocket and likes to mess around with our grumpy yet kind at heart neighbor, Mr. Wilson. Yeah, there's a fart for you.
So scrambled.
You make great scrambled eggs. You know why he says that too? To get her to keep cooking for him. Because if he doesn't say that, she won't cook for him. He just keeps on buttering her up so that way. So then he's planting a seed now. So on Saturday morning, he'll be like, hey, babe, can you make me some of those great scrambled eggs you make? Remember I said you make scrambled. Can you make me some of them? Because I can't make them as good as you. Can you make me some? And he'll be like, sure, babe. Gosh, he loves my scrambled eggs. I'm so good. No, you're not. You're just scrambled.
My own personal, you guys are my own personal focus group.
You make great scrambled eggs.
Oh, shut up.
Do I?
Yeah, they're not too dry. They're not too wet. They've got a nice orange color to them. I don't know if it's cheese or whatever you put in.
Sometimes I add a little something.
Cheese.
It's
I
the-
love them. They're
it's
really,
the
really good. It's my
egg.
favorite.
It could be the egg. If you guys spend like $9 on a dozen eggs because they're farm fresh organic, the eggs might make them orange. Sometimes I add a little something. Dude, if she adds like cheddar cheese to the eggs and scrambles them, and you're not aware of that, you should just fucking like go to the cuckoo nest and just just like the scarlet letter, put a big letter R on your forehead, so everyone knows exactly what kind of class you're in and who exactly you are, so they know that you need special attention and you need to be followed to the bathroom because you have a big R on your forehead. Because if you're not aware that your wife's been putting cheese in her eggs, that just shows how much you don't even pay attention and how giving her a compliment is all bullshit because you don't pay attention. She's your fucking wench. She's your employee. She's your servant in your books. Look how smart I am. Look how cool I am. I get my wife to cook me. I trick my wife into cooking me food. She cook for me all the time. Like you feel like a king. I put a little something there. And you're a fucking stupid fucking little fucking see you next Tuesday for fucking
Eggs cooked.
Scrambled?
Scrambled.
Yeah.
45%
Provoking him.
show scrambled.
My own personal. You guys are my
You
own
make-
personal.
That's because you're thinking about scrambling eggs like the eggs that are that come out of your fallopian tubes.
Oh, focus group.
You make great scrambled
Do
eggs.
I?
Do I?
Yeah,
Really?
they're not too dry. They're
They're not
too
too
wet.
dry.
They've
This
got a
guy's
nice
such a
orange
fucking
color to
bullshitter.
them. I don't know if it's cheese or whatever you put in.
Sometimes I add a
A
little
little
something.
cheese.
It's my
I
vagina
love
hair.
them. They're really, really good. It's my
I'm glad you like
favorite.
that.
It's my
Second
favorite.
place, a fried egg.
Fried
A
egg.
fried
Dude.
egg.
Yeah.
If Kelly really fucking is reliant on compliments to make her feel fucking worthy and happy, that's fucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic, Kelly. That not only do you need compliments, but you can't even see that you'll take fake compliments that are either obviously fake and obviously not realistic, not inauthentic compliments. If that'll do the trick for you, that's like saying I wanted Pepsi, but you just gave me water with a little poop juice in it. But that'll do. No, you go fucking complain. I ordered my steak well done. I ordered my steak medium rare and it's well done. Well, go tell the waitress, no, I don't want to complain. This'll do. I'll just eat it. If no one's gonna if you can't even see through, either you can't see through the fakeness of the compliment, which makes you incompetent and an idiot, or you can't see through it, but you know what? A fake compliment's better than no compliment. Screw that. Tell them to fuck off and give me a compliment when it's authentic and when you mean it. Worthless.
I love them. They're really, really good. It's my favorite.
It's my
Second
favorite.
place, a fried egg.
Fried egg.
A fried egg.
Yeah.
That's a fried. That's both sides, right?
Right.
Fried eggs.
But the
Fried
yolk,
is
the
one
yolk is
side.
broken.
Followed closely by sunny side up. That's
Oh, so, yeah.
Yes, the fried egg, the yolk is broken, or maybe it's hard. It's
that's
not,
right. Fried eggs.
Fried
Hard
is
yolk.
one side.
Followed closely by sunny side up. That's
Oh, so, yeah.
I like
Fried egg is the flipped.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, thank
Flipped it
God.
hard.
Look at
Over
this,
easy is over.
dude. You're fucking. This girl's 62 years old. She doesn't even know the difference between a fried egg and a sunny side egg. You've been making your fucking your master mark fucking eggs fucking for almost 30 years, and you don't know the difference between a fried egg and a sunny side egg. Well, geez, now we know why they fucking got a professional chef to come on the show to teach Kelly what different types of eggs are. And if she makes the best scrambled eggs, why is a fucking chef coming on? Right? Not even a chef. You don't know how to make eggs. You have a fucking food writer. You don't even know the difference between a fried egg and sunny side egg. Well, geez, that's why thank God we got Chef Gail Simmons from Top Chef, a professional fucking eater and writer, to fucking show you. If she's not even a chef and she's going to show you how to make fucking proper eggs, that means your husband's a liar. You can't tell the difference. And you're such a terrible cook. You need a fucking journalist to teach you how to fucking make food that fucking fifth graders know how to make. Fucking like a master chef. 8-year-olds fucking learn how to make eggs. You're 62 and you need a fucking journalist from a magazine to fucking teach you how to make novice fucking shitty army food. What a waste of time you are.
Yeah.
But flipped and hard
Over
yolk.
easy is over easy.
But
Fried is harder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't like fried. Then I don't like fried.
I know
it's dry in the middle.
Well,
I
never
don't
make
like that.
eggs.
Sunny
aren't
side
you
up
sweet?
is nice because it's just pretty. It's like
Oh,
just
shut
goes there
the
and you
fuck
can dip
up!
your
It's a
things in it.
fucking
and it
egg. Can we
runs,
end this segment? This is
and then
going
you get your
anywhere.
bacon and you do
Dude,
that.
hire some
and if you're really
writers.
crazy, you get a pancake with some
This
syrup
is not
on it.
fun.
And you mash
Get
it
the
up like
fuck
that.
out of here.
You know. Also, I like a fried egg. If I have some toast, I just put it in between there and I close it.
No one fucking cares. I'm not listening to fucking Mark spend fucking 3 minutes talking about how he likes his fucking eggs and then trying to think he's cute and funny and entertaining.
Gotta create a funnel. It's all about the funnel.
Yep, nope, not interested. Not interested. Nope, not gonna listen to you fucking two morons talk about fucking eggs. And then you're talking down to the audience like, oh, well, poached eggs. Let me tell now Kelly, who doesn't even know the difference between a fried egg and a sunny side egg, is all of a sudden gonna fucking mansplain the audience and fucking start telling them how to do what a poached egg is. Just basically assuming that they're all fucking idiots. Hi, my name's Kelly Ripa. I don't know what a fucking sunny side up egg is or a fried egg. I don't know the difference, but I'm going to explain to all of you what a poached egg is, and I'm going to teach you. Even though you didn't ask for me to teach you, I'm going to tell you anyways because I'm smarter than you because look, I have a $900 dress on and I'm on TV. So obviously you all must be really, really stupid and you must be imbecile. So poached egg, it's all about the funnel. Yeah, I saw that on a video, and so now all of a sudden I'm a master at making it. So I'm going to teach you, but I don't know what a sunny side egg is. I don't know what a sunny side up egg is or a fried egg. But let me just tell you, like, let me insult all of you, fucking cunt. What else are we doing? We're going to talk about toast.
You want to hear about
I want to hear it.
Okay. You choose 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 pairs of shoes to create different outfit combinations.
Okay.
The result is more than a dozen looks that fit easily into your carry-on.
All right, I like that.
Oh, yes, let's clap for fucking clothes.
777.
Let's clap for clothing yourself, dressing yourself.
I used to be like,
As somebody that unpacks your bag,
Yeah, it's
I am
insane.
fascinated
I know.
by you and what you choose.
Dude,
I know.
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch? She just fucking said, as someone that unpacks your bag, why the fuck are you unpacking his bag? Are you his fucking personal assistant? Are you his fucking whore? Did he fucking make an arrangement to buy you? Like, Jesus Christ. So you're fucking, what are you, his fucking indentured to him? Is this fucking 1702 fucking United Kingdom and you're his fucking wench? You're his fucking slave? Give me a fucking break. As someone who unpacks your bag, why the fuck are you unpacking his bag? You make more money than him. He wouldn't even have his life if it wasn't for you. That motherfucker should be unpacking your bag and making you fucking eggs while you fucking sit on a throne. What the fuck are you doing unpacking his bag? Get that lazy motherfucker. Unzip his own bag and unpack his bag. What the fuck is wrong with you? Give yourself a little more credit and treat yourself with some fucking worth, like you're fucking worth value. What do you, dude? You fucking you look in the mirror and you see a fucking piece of shit because that's what you're fucking acting like. You're acting like someone who thinks they're a piece of shit. Is that what you think of yourself? You unpack it. As someone who unpacks your bags, what do? Wipe his ass too, mommy? Fucking dumb bitch. As someone who unpacks your bag.
I'm more of the 777 these days.
Want options?
I used to be like,
As somebody that unpacks your bag,
Yeah, it's
I
insane.
am fascinated
I know.
by you and what you choose
I
to
know.
pack.
And I used to be the
33 black t-shirts.
I know, right? I used to be the exact opposite.
Right.
When I was traveling back and forth from Vancouver, I would put everything I needed in a backpack.
I know. And
And
I
that
was
was it.
so impressed by
I
you.
was like, that's it. Toothbrush, backpack.
Now that we
Gone.
live together and travel together, I find you much less impressive.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
No, I just don't
Thank you
understand.
so much.
I don't understand
The 7 black t-shirts,
Honey, it's not 7.
the green
It is
cargo
much-
pants,
Green cargo pants, black t-shirts, but like
my uniform.
literally 7 pairs of green cargo pants. The exact same.
Yeah, I don't know. Something snapped. Something. I think it was COVID. COVID. That whole.
It broke you down.
It did something to my reasoning skills in packing, because I used to be I would be very judicious with what I would pack.
Right. I find that what I do is I take a photograph and a mental picture. I go on vacation and I find that I do wear the same thing, 3 things
Same.
over and over again in
Same.
rotation. I photograph them. The next time I travel, I go, remember, when you go here, you only wear this. And that is what I pack.
Right. You never wear this.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to that. I have to get back to that because it's gross. Just all the stuff. Billions of cicadas, wherever you're from, emerging amid a rare double brood will Canadians get to see, and a rare natural phenomenon that has not been witnessed since the 1800s. Wow. Billions of cicadas are poised to emerge from their decades-long slumber across the eastern half of the United States this spring and early summer.
So, Mark and I proudly took up in our late 30s adult onset skiing.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if there are any other adult onset skiers here. Learned how to ski as an adult? Yes.
Yeah.
We were 38. How old were you? 39. Okay. So you were my elder. So the good news for us, skiers are still chasing powder in their 80s and 90s.
Wow.
So skiing really is a lifetime sport.
It's a beautiful sport.
We were told it was a lifetime sport. We didn't necessarily believe it when we began skiing, but now that we've been skiing for quite a long time,
yep.
The trick is if skiing doesn't kill you, it can be a lifetime sport. But yeah, it's really I do too.
Yeah,
that's the news.
Oh, that's good. All right. We have a very big show today.
Jeremy Jordan is here.
Yes. Also, Live's Cooking School continues with an excellent guide to eggs with top chefs Gail Simmons.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have high.
Oh god, high expectations. This is so stupid. You guys are so uncreative.
We have a very big show today.
Jeremy Jordan is here.
Yes. Also, Live's Cooking School continues with an excellent guide to eggs with top chefs Gail Simmons.
Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have high expectations.
Expectations.
I thought when I came in and he said 2 eggs, I thought he was saying the number 2, like 2 eggs. And I'm like, what is she doing with 2 eggs? Like, is she going to teach you how to make 2 eggs? But it was a guide to eggs. It was TO2, not TWO2. So let that be a lesson. All right, listen.
I'm gonna have high expectations.
Expectations. You can't pronounce it X and just recognize the X.
Expectations.
It's expectations. You're exceptional.
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 Right.
Get it? If you're going to utilize the puns.
Yeah. Are you gonna say that again?
Quiet down, men. We also have our performance by Walk Off the
All
Earth.
right.
Let's get to the reason all of these people showed up today. It's time to play.
Let's say hello to Alex Natal from Barrington, Rhode Island, who watches the show on WJAR. Good morning, Alex. How are you?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Alex, you know how this game works. You've given us 2 statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you'll win this. And this. All right, here are Alex's 2 statements. I have ridden my motorcycle from Rhode Island to Montreal. Or I used to ride my motorcycle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From Rhode Island to Chicago every year.
Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Why specifically Chicago in every year? It seems like that's a truth that he changed into a lie. He changed it from Chicago. It used to be like he drove to Cleveland, but he changed it to Chicago. or it was every 2 years, or it was every 6 months. I guess I just got to go with my theory and say, or my philosophy and say that I used to ride my motorcycle from Rhode Island to Chicago every year is the lie. And he just tweaked the truth to make it a lie. And that Rhode Island to Montreal is the truth. So I'm going to say Rhode Island to Chicago is the lie. And I think I'm like, God, what was I, 22 for 33? I think I'm like 27 for 40.
All right. Rhode Island to Montreal. How many hours is that? What kind of drive is that?
28 for 42.
On a motorcycle, it's about 9 hours. We made it in under 9, but it's a 9-hour ride.
Okay. It must be a beautiful ride, yeah?
It's a beautiful ride going out Route 90.
Okay. And from Chicago to Rhode Island, you would have to stop overnight, no?
Yeah, we made one overnight stop, yeah.
Okay.
Where did you stop?
We stopped in Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh.
And what kind of
Right there, that's a lie. Because Ohio is so close to Illinois, you figure you would stop. You figure you would stop like at the halfway point. And you know what? For all I know, maybe the eastern part of Ohio, once you cross the Pennsylvania-Ohio border, that could be kind of midway. And if it's at that point where the sun is going down. So that's the thing. That could make sense. Because I don't know how fast they're going. I don't know how the traffic is. But Rhode Island, it's definitely not halfway. So maybe if you guys left at like 6 a.m, maybe you guys would drive until the sun went down. And maybe the sun went down. By the time the sun went down, it was still like it could have been at past the halfway mark. So I'm gonna call bullshit, but I could be wrong. But I just I got that feeling. I got that feeling in my soul that there's something not right about that statement.
Where did you stop?
We stopped in Ohio.
Ohio. And what kind of motorcycle do you have?
Well, my wife rides a motorcycle and I ride a motorcycle. I have a 2016 Fat Bob.
Oh, yes.
My wife has a 2014 Softail Slim.
Oh, gosh. That's kind of like discriminatory, don't you think? How come they don't make Fat Bobs for the women? That's kind of like rude. It's like, oh, we'll name it the fancy pink motorcycle. The feminine pink, the feminine pinky pink. Like, what? What's wrong with making a motorcycle for a woman and calling it like the king, or calling it like the Queen Cobra Killer? And why can't they make men's bicycles, men's motorbikes that are called like the Angelic Clouds? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of discriminatory against women. Oh, so disappointing.
Did you ever ride together, or she'd be on the back and you guys would have your headpieces?
We always rode together, Mark, until she wanted her own bike. But when we rode on the trip, she was riding with me.
Right. Okay. Man, motorcycle ride from Rhode Island to Chicago seems long. Rhode Island.
It's a long way. It's 1,076 miles.
Uh-oh. Right there, he blew it. See, here's the thing. No one asked him that. Mark did not ask him that question. Right? It almost seems like he searched for it on the internet. He went to a search engine and he searched the distance between Rhode Island and Chicago so he could have it in his back pocket in case Mark asked. But Mark didn't ask. So then he just blurted it out. It's like, well, I'm not going to do all this work to get the mileage and then not use it. So, or the plan was I'm going to get the mileage and I'm going to tell him that and that'll throw him off. Right. And then if he asks me, it's a bonus. But the fact that that he answered a question that no one asked him how many miles it was. That's a sign that he's trying to trick Mark. Like, okay, well, I guess if you did drive to Chicago after all these years, you would know how many miles is, and that's great. But no one asked you. So the question is, did he say the mileage because he knows it? But here's the thing. If he's trying to prove to Mark, that he did drive to Chicago, it would make sense for him to say, that it takes 1,000. Like, no, I promise you, I rode my bike to Chicago. It's 1,076 miles. That way, I'm proving to you that I'm not lying, right? So if he's trying to prove to him that he did, that he's telling the truth, that he did go to Chicago, he would shout out the mileage. But it's not. You're trying to lie to him. So by telling him the mileage, you're in fact giving him the answer. But why would you give him the answer when the whole point of the game is to have him not get the answer, right? If you want to win, you don't want to help him. So why would you help him beat you unless you were trying to trick him? So that leads me to believe that if you tell him the mileage, you're basically telling him, the truth is that I rode to Rhode Island to Chicago. That's the truth. You know how I can prove it to you? I know the mileage. Well, then you'd be losing. You'd be committing suicide. Stump Mark suicide. Hashtag Stump Mark suicide. But since the point is not for him to win, the only reason you would be telling him that is so that he would say, oh, he knows the mileage. Well, then obviously that's the truth because he knows the mileage. So I'll guess that I have ridden my motorcycle from Rhode Island to Montreal is the lie. And then he'll be like, gotcha, Mark. I just knew the mileage because I looked it up on the internet and I told you to fool you. The truth is, right? The truth is that I go to Montreal and the Chicago's the lie. So now I'm very, very confident that him riding his motorcycle from Rhode Island to Chicago every year is in fact the truth. Or is in fact the lie. I apologize. That it is the lie. And he's trying to get Mark to think it's the truth, which is it was a big mistake. Unless he's trying to do reverse psychology, thinking that Mark's going to know, okay, just what I told you. Mark's thinking the same thing. And he's going to say, all right, the only reason he told me that, he wouldn't tell me that if it was the truth. The only reason he told me that would be to try to throw me off, to make me think that Rhode Island to Chicago is the truth. So that way I would say that Montreal to Rhode Island is the lie, and I would get it right. And then he's going to trick me, and he's going to be like, so then he's saying it's 1,076. So Mark will think, God, I think I'm confusing myself. So he would think that Rhode Island to Chicago is in fact the truth. And then I'll guess Rhode Island is, or then I'll guess that Rhode Island is the truth and I'll win. But he's saying that because he wants me to think that's the truth. So then I'll guess that Rhode Island and Montreal is the lie. And then I'll get it wrong because, right? So that way, yes, he's saying that the mileage to Rhode Island to Chicago, he's saying that because he wants me to think that's the truth. So that way I'll be like, haha, I busted you. I'm going to say Rhode Island to Montreal is the lie, when in fact, Rhode Island and Montreal is the truth. But Mark could be one step ahead and think, you're only telling me that. So you think that I'm going to think Rhode Island to Chicago every year is the truth, right? When in fact, it's the lie. So then I'm going to say Rhode Island to Montreal is the truth, is the lie, because you gave it away, and then I'll be wrong. But I know you're doing that, so I'm actually going to say, so Mark might say, I'm actually going to say that you ride into Rhode Island to Chicago every year is in fact the truth, and that you told me the mileage thinking that I would think it's that you're setting me up because you want me to think it's the truth when really it's the lie. So then I guess it's a lie when the whole time it was the truth. It's not reverse psychology, it's reverse psychology. But I don't think Mark is smart enough to even think that far ahead. I think he would pass out trying to think so much. He'd get a fucking aneurysm and die on the floor if he tried to think that many steps ahead in a game of chess. That's why he can't even play checkers. He's like, which way? Wait, black, red, double king. I'm confused. That's what he would say. So I'm going to stick with my original guess, that Rhode Island to Chicago is
76 months.
Rhode Island to Chicago is in fact the lie. And Rhode Island to Montreal is the truth. Because Rhode Island to Montreal is a shorter ride. Rhode Island to Chicago. And plus he said every year. He said he did it for Rhode Island to Montreal once. It could have been switched where he rode Rhode Island to Chicago one time and Rhode Island to Montreal every year. But by saying you rode from Rhode Island to Chicago one time that you have ridden, that could be a lie because you might not have gone to Chicago. But if you went every year, if you went to Montreal every year, that could still includes I have ridden. You're just not being specific if you've ridden one time or every year. So I think he'd get an aneurysm if he tried to think too far in advance. I think the guy gave it away and he's just a bad game player. He just messed up. That's what I think. So not only did was my first impression guess that he rode to Chicago every year, but by saying he stopped in Cleveland, that gave me a bad feeling. That didn't really check out. As the kids would say, the math doesn't math. And the fact that he gave out that mileage when no one even asked him, especially after time ran out. Like, time ran out. The strategy is when time runs out, shut the fuck up. STFU and don't say anything more. You're just helping him. Why do people keep talking when that shows like guilty conscience. So the time ran out and he talked when he didn't have to about the Rhode Island trip, which shows that that's a lie. But he also gave you a specific fact about it that would just hurt his chances of winning. Who does that unless they're trying to trick you? So now he knows you're trying to trick him. And I don't think the old man is on the phone is smart enough to think 2 steps in advance or 3 steps in advance to say, I know you. So, because now Mark is like, I know you know I know. I don't think the old man is smart enough to say, well, now I'm trying to get you to think that you know I know you know I know you know. I don't think he's smart enough. Neither of these two guys are too smart enough to go that far in advance in chess. Right now, you're watching like a squirrel have a fight with a statue of a bunny, right? You're watching a dog bark at a fire hydrant because he thinks the fire hydrant is like a fucking wild animal that's trying to attack his owner. This is going to be very interesting. Let me know what you guessed it was, because I'm just shit-faced.
Man, motorcycle, that ride from Rhode Island to Chicago seems long. Rhode Island.
It's a long way. It's 1,076 miles.
See, I think the more true statement. I'm not saying this is my answer. The more true statement, I think, would be Rhode Island to Montreal, because that seems manageable. But the fact that you know the mileage from Rhode Island to Chicago, would you stop in Ohio? Yeah.
He's just giving you facts.
Give me facts. All right, I'm gonna go with the one that seems a little out there. I'm gonna say you used to ride your motorcycle from Rhode Island to Chicago every year.
True.
You're right, Mark.
Easy. Too easy. And guess what? I got it with no help from the internet, no questions asked, no advantage, no hints, pure common sense and logic, my friends. So like this video because I'm smarter than everyone in the world, you dumb son of a bitches.
I'm gonna say you used to ride your motorcycle from Rhode Island to Chicago every year.
You're right, Mark.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alex. You didn't win the mug or the T-shirt, and I am hot.
I love it. Yeah, but you probably Googled the distance and like what's in between to help you. So you're cheating.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alex. You didn't win the mug or the T-shirt, and I am hot. I just can't lose. But you still have a chance to win a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you a professional dancer? Look at Kelly. She's gonna open up. She's gonna have her jaw dropped and be like, "Oh my god, are you a professional?
Well, that was certainly gorgeous.
Are you a pro?"
Catherine Chamoy from.
Wait a minute. The caption said Madeira, Ohio, and she said like Illinois.
Well, that was certainly gorgeous. That's Catherine Chamoy from. Deja, let's see if we can win Alex a trip.
All right. So let's see now how I do I'm going to try to mimic her, and you get to vote on whether I am good or bad on a scale of 1 to 100. And I did study ballet for 11 years in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alex. You didn't win the mug or the T-shirt, and I am hot. I just can't lose. I just can't lose. But you still have a chance to win a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
Well, that was certainly gorgeous. That's Catherine Chamoin from
Tudor, Illinois.
Deja. Let's see if we can win Alex a trip. All right.
I think I pulled a muscle.
Okay, Alex, you are playing for a trip for two to the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua. 7 days, 6 nights in a royal suite. It's all inclusive. That means what,
It
Mark?
includes everything.
Yes. Very good, Mark. It's a prize valued at $8,000. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Alex, good luck.
All right, here we go, Alex. We've had Ricky Martin on the show. Who did Ricky say gave him
His first blowjob, Geraldo Rivera.
standing ovation at the Grammys?
Oh, Madonna. And then she blew him. And she was like wiping shit from her mouth and being like, oh, you guys, he's not gay.
Loud.
All right, here we go, Alex. We've had Ricky Martin on the show. Who did Ricky say gave him a standing
His first
ovation
blowjob.
at the Grammys?
Madonna.
And only one guess. Alex, good luck.
All right, here we
What the fuck? Where's the other remote, you son of a bitch? I swear to God, I'm about to hit someone in the face. Come on, you dumb whore. Where'd you go, you whore? Oh, come on. Why are you here? Where's the remote? In the kitchen.
go, Alex. We've had Ricky Martin on the show. Who did Ricky say
Gave him his first blowjob.
at the Grammys?
Madonna.
Yes!
Congratulations! You and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua. Experience an authentic Caribbean vacation at the all-inclusive St. James's Club and Villas in
People,
Antigua.
don't you know that Madonna got on her knees and blew Ricky Martin at the Grammys. She called him Pappy. He called her Mammies. Sucked his dick at the Grammys, and he gave her a cream pie. He thought of little boys, and she took that wiener strong. Sucked that
My wife
penis
and I
for
will
me.
really enjoy it.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
great,
Excellent.
Alex.
Oh, my wife and I really enjoy it.
Valued at approximately $8,000.
So, Alex, what do you think about blowjobs from Ricky Martin?
My wife and I will really enjoy it.
So, Alex, what do you think if you got to give Ricky Martin a blowjob?
My wife and I will really enjoy it.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
great,
Oh, I
Excellent.
could do better than that.
Valued at approximately $8,000.
Alex, how would you think to have a threesome with Ricky Martin?
My wife and I will really enjoy it.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
great,
Excellent.
Alex.
All right, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from
Maybe I could shorten that. Alex, you and your wife get to have a threesome with Ricky Martin.
My wife and I will really enjoy it.
Oh, Good.
Great,
Excellent.
Alex.
All right, now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. So please pick a number between 1 and 93.
11.
11.
11.
I was just gonna say 11 for my 11 testicle surgeries.
All right, Alex, congratulations again when we return.
Still ahead at Live. Live's cooking school continues with top chef Gail Simmons and everything you need to know about eggs. A performance by Walk Off the Earth. And coming up next, Jeremy Jordan.
You give.
Shake that booty for me. Jeremy Jordan. This guy, they've had this guy. These guys, they like bringing on the LGBTQ Broadway people.
Have liver or kidney problems, mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. With Cabenuva, you're good to go. Ask your doctor about switching.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Don't forget.
No, great.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Don't forget, on tomorrow's show from the new film Roadhouse, Lucas Gage will be here.
And from the series The Way Home, Kyler Lee.
And Live's cooking school continues with a lesson in sauces from Chef Eric Repair, my French cousin. Now, he's making his way back to Broadway, this time bringing F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, The Great Gatsby, to life. Please welcome Jeremy Jordan.
Standing ovation from your friend. I did
Come
nothing.
on.
Back
You
on
walked out.
Broadway. What was your first big break on Broadway?
Well, I started off in a show called Rock of Ages, but I was just a swing, an understudy. My first big break was probably Newsies back in 2012.
Do you have a favorite genre of musical that you do? Do you prefer the upbeat, dancey ones, the rock operas? What's your...
Yeah, I think, actually Gatsby, which is what I'm doing now, is kind of my jam. It's kind of like an epic sort of vibe to it. It's got all the elements and it just sort of overwhelms your senses, and the music is just so big and broad. That's more fun to sing that way,
of course,
I think. Yeah.
of course.
So you studied. You went to Ithaca, yeah.
Yeah.
Studied musical theater.
I did, yeah.
And so now you're walking through Broadway right now, and you see a big 40-foot sign of yourself, your face.
Is it 40 feet?
I measured it. It's 30. Look at that.
40?
That's
yeah.
incredible.
How does that feel?
Oh, you've been on so many. This
I
is
know.
like old hat for you.
Oh, yeah. It's my fourth billboard.
Your
My
fourth
fourth
billboard.
billboard.
There you the obligatory selfie with the.
You got to take a selfie.
I know. I haven't done the selfie yet,
Yeah.
so I've got to do that. So
What's the? Do you?
it's a little awkward though. You're just in Times Square and
Yeah.
there's a million
Gotta
people.
do it. No, you gotta do
It's
it.
not awkward at all because everybody's taking a selfie.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you on stage? Do you ever have obviously the phone calls or
Somebody's talking.
a full conversation?
Oh yeah. Well, there have been a few things. I mean, I was in a show called Rock of Ages, and they used to serve alcohol to people during the show.
Okay.
They started the whole serving alcohol.
Oh yeah,
during a show.
and people would get into fights, and we'd have to stop the show and escort people away. Probably the craziest thing that ever happened to me on stage is before I was on Broadway. When I was I was a young kid in high school, and I was doing a production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, amazing.
It's the longest title ever. And there was a pit in the middle of the stage, and there was an opening where snakes came out, and I was just dancing my heart out center stage and fell straight 6 feet down.
Oh boy.
And somehow didn't hurt myself, popped back up and just got up and started dancing. My whole family was in the audience. So I was like, did you guys see when I fell in the pit? They're like, You what? You were watching me the whole time? But apparently I had like sprung up in like less
Record
than a
time.
second. It was.
Yeah, because you were how old?
I was in my teenage years.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can do that.
Survive
I
the
know.
song,
Yeah,
bring
you
back
can
up
still do
and
that.
carry on.
I landed straight on my back and then somehow leapt 6 feet. Who knew?
Mark told me something really interesting. Like as you were coming out, he's like, oh, I know Jeremy. We hung out in Vancouver.
We're in Vancouver, yeah, because I'm good friends with your pal Casey.
Yeah.
And I used to hang out with all those Riverdale kids back when I was on Supergirl.
Oh yeah, of course, right.
They were trouble. Those Riverdale.
They were trouble.
No, they weren't.
They would stay out and be like, "I'm gonna go home, y'all."
Now, your wife Ashley is also a singer, an actress in her own right. How did you two meet? Did you meet on a show?
No, I was in that show Rock of Ages back in many years ago, and she was auditioning to replace the lead role, and she'd like looked at videos online of just to see what it was like, and came across a video of me, belting some ridiculously high note, and she was with somebody that I knew, and she was like, "That guy." And they're like, "Oh, you should reach out to him." So this is before Instagram and Twitter. So she like found my Facebook and like sent me a little message on Facebook under the guise of like, "Oh, hey, I'm auditioning for this show. Are there any pointers you could give me?"
Oh,
wink,
yeah.
wink. And I was like, "Sure." It took a while. It took a while. I was dating another girl at the time. Didn't work out, and we were sort of sending messages back and forth for a while. And then we met up one day after the show, and we spent probably 2 or 3 days together without and didn't leave each other's sides. So
that's incredible.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, she lived in an apartment with a pool, so that's pretty much.
Oh man,
that was why that happened.
Luxury.
Yeah. We went to Target. I got a bathing suit. It was great. It was the best bathing suit I ever bought.
Nothing like a Target bathing suit.
You know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
You have a daughter named Clara?
Clara. Yeah.
She's 5.
She's going to be 5 next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Is she singing? Is she showing signs of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she does all day long is she sings. It doesn't matter. She could be at the dinner table, on the toilet, trying to go to sleep, having a full conversation with her, and she's somehow still singing. And she's great. We just put her in her first Broadway beginner class.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we're like signing her up for like a Broadway summer camp thing. She's all about it.
Great.
So
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like a family business.
I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Are you raising her
Scary.
in the city, or are you guys in the
We're in
suburbs?
Jersey.
You're in
Yeah,
Jersey.
so
Okay.
we're
it's nice.
Yeah.
We're in the suburbs. We got a yard. We got a dog, a fence, and a little play set in the back.
Can you believe your life? Can you believe starring on Broadway, started out on the swing for Rock of Ages, and now you're like married with a baby, and you're starring
crazy.
in Great Gatsby.
raising a Jersey kid.
You're raising a Jersey girl.
All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to ask Jeremy about playing the iconic Jay Gatsby. Right after this.
Florida's Cooking School continues with an excellent guide to eggs with Gail Simmons.
With moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, my skin was no longer mine.
My active psoriatic arthritis joint symptoms held me back. Don't let symptoms define you. Emerge as you. With Tremfya, most people saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months, and the majority stayed clearer at 5 years. Tremfya is proven to significantly reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling. It's just 6 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, or if you had a vaccine or plan to.
Emerge as you. Emerge Tremfyant. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Arm & Hammer hardball litter. How hard is it? Crazy hard. No mess scoops.
Hey, you gotta check this out.
Amazing. I'm obsessed with humans on the internet. It's the virtually indestructible clump. Hardball lightweight litter. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes, so it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. No, I didn't.
It makes my running shoe look like new. It's amazing.
It's so good. Makes it look like I have magical powers.
Magic Eraser and sheets make cleaning look easy. Lactate is 100% real milk, just without the lactose. Delicious, too. Just ask my old friend Kevin.
Nothing like enjoying a cold one while watching the game. Who's winning?
We are, my friend. We are.
Auto insurance rates got your budget upside down? Call Insure on the spot and we'll turn it around. And save you money, too. Get a free quote in just 2 minutes with Insure on the spot.
Walter E. Smith's really huge clearance event is going on now.
Over $10 million in furniture is priced to sell.
Up to 70% off floor sample. And get it delivered immediately. Get into a Smith's showroom soon.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Welcome back. Jeremy Jordan is joining us. He's joined the cast of Join the Cast. You're premiering The Great Gatsby on Broadway. Does the musical follow the book?
The musical does follow the book pretty well. I mean, we've tried to do a faithful adaptation. Obviously, we have to switch and change a few things up for the most part. But if you know the book, we tried to bring it to life as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, it has such universal appeal. Everyone loves the book, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I mean, and you go back to read it. I mean, it's over 100 years old now, or maybe about 100 years old now. And it's like, it was so ahead of its time, and it's so gorgeously written. It sort of, bewitches me every time I read it.
And you had a run of this out in Jersey at the Paper Mill Playhouse.
Yeah, we just did that.
It's fun getting started at the beginning of a show, to see it all the way through to Broadway.
Yeah, and it's been a really incredibly collaborative team. All of our creative team I've known a lot of them for a long time, and so I really felt sort of welcomed in and on the same level as them. So many times as an actor, I'm sure you're like just trying to impress everybody all the time and just like, please love me, please don't fire me, please. And I never felt that way. I always felt like we were coming at it at an equal sort of playing field. And so everybody really was able to voice the things that they needed, and we have had a lot of conversations, and it's been really lovely that way.
And the rest of the cast, is it the entire Paper Mill Playhouse cast that's coming to Broadway?
Most of them, actually,
That's
yeah.
incredible.
Most of the principals and about half the ensemble. I know some people had other shows they were going to, and but we tried to keep it intact, and it was a great group and a good family, and it's also fresh in our minds because it just happened in the fall. So we're just like riding the wave.
Yeah, it's great.
What's the secret to playing Gatsby?
What's the secret to playing Gatsby? He's a lot different than me. He's basically like invented his whole persona. So he's basically just acting all of the time.
Right.
And, I don't really have any pockets, so I have to figure out what to do with my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But for me, like, generally when I'm playing characters that are dissimilar to me, it's the voice and the body that I tend to sort of like latch onto. So Gatsby has really, I'm sitting here like this, but Gatsby is like proper posture, and he's kind of got his hands here all the time, and he's got that sort of like highfalutin New Englandy sort of accent vibe to him, and so you say old sport a few times, and
Old sport,
and it just how you doing, old sport?
Oh, I'm doing fine, old sport.
Yeah. It's like halfway to Jimmy Stewart, but a little bit more refined.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. That was not
That
the
was
best.
great.
Actually.
No, that was good.
It's better in the show. It's better. I have rehearsed lines that I can practice.
I love that you were doing Gatsby and you were doing like an actual gangster.
Yeah, you were a little bit more gangster. Yeah, you were
James
twirling.
Dean,
Give him the fake applause.
Jay Gatsby's a little bit of a gangster.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was great seeing you. The Great Gatsby begins performances at the Broadway Theater March 29th. Yes. And next, we'll learn how to cook eggs.
For the new film Roadhouse, Lucas Gage.
It goes down in the field. Feel good. Every night is a watch party.
You notice how once the real actor does the accent, Mark almost feels like he has to compete with him and try to do the accent too to prove to himself, oh, look, I can be a Broadway actor too. You did the voice. Oh, hey, a little more time, see? And he's like, oh, a little more time, see? See, I could do what he does. I could be an actor. I mean, I am a real actor because I could do what he did. Like, there's always a competitive thing where it's
Stewart, but a little bit more.
It makes him look like a cocky, arrogant little piece of shit that he feels like he has to like challenge him and prove to everyone that I could do an accent just like him. See, I can do it too, mommy.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That was not.
That
the
was
best
great.
accent.
No, that was good. It's better in the
Put
show.
the fake applause sign on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That was not.
That
the
was
best
great.
accent.
No, that was great. No, it was great. It was great because we're on TV and we dictate the rules. So when we say
All
it's
the
great,
time,
it becomes great.
And he's got that sort of like.
It is great. It's great because we said so.
Highfalutin New Englandy sort of accent vibe to him, and so you say old sport a few times. And,
Yeah, right.
Old sport.
And it just.
Yeah.
How you doing, old sport?
Oh, I'm doing fine, old sport.
Yeah. It's like halfway to Jimmy Stewart, but a little bit more refined.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
And then at the end, does he say the Great Gatsby, the gayest playing at the Lick-a-Dick Theater?
Yeah.
You were doing Jimmy Cagney.
Jay Gatsby's a little bit of a gangster.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Well, we can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Thank
He's
you.
a
It was
closeted
great to see you.
homosexual, which is great, and we support it. He just said the Great Gatsby, the gayest performance. He just said it. Listen to what he says. Great Gatsby, the gayest performance.
Well, we can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Thank
Listen,
you.
listen.
It was great seeing you. The Great Gatsby, the gayest performance at the Broadway Theater, March 29th.
The gayest performance. And here we go.
Right.
Here we go. A fucking journalist is going to fucking talk down to us and teach us how to fucking make eggs. Like I said, if anyone fucking doesn't know how to make eggs, it's because they don't give a shit. Even a fucking 6-year-old would have figured out to go on YouTube and look at a video on how to make eggs and look at a tutorial on the internet. They're not sitting there waiting, well, geez, I want to wait for someone to do it on television. So you're not really reaching any fucking demographic. But if
No yoke. We're excited about today's cooking school segment. If you haven't already guessed it, we're talking about eggs. Today, we're joined by one of the judges from Bravo's Top Chef who brings us some expert tips on making eggs.
Oh, this is riddled with
Welcome, Gail Simmons.
Well done, Mark. Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for being here. You know, Mark loves eggs.
I love this. What are we starting with?
We're starting with the soft boiled.
Okay.
I heard it was your favorite. So there's a lot of
I
things
heard
with
these
eggs.
are
We
your
have a lot of
favorites?
fun
What?
tips and tricks here. I think most people kind of do it wrong because they rush the eggs. So I'm going to show you some stuff to keep it easy and to do
You're
it
gonna
right.
change my life.
Soft boiled.
You're a literal
One of my
savior.
favorite, like childhood nostalgia way to make
childhood
eggs.
nostalgia,
I love
my
egg cups.
favorite.
Easy.
Oh.
Big boiling pot of water. You
Okay.
want at least to cover the eggs by 2 inches.
Okay.
And you know what? The easiest thing to do, so you don't like drop it in boiling water or burn your fingers,
Is
put the
pay a
cold egg
professional chef to cook
in a
them for
slot
you.
spoon and then lower it right in.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Gentle. If you just dropped it from above, first of all, your hands are going to burn and you'll crack and break the egg, right? So lower a few in there.
Whoa, wait a
and then
minute.
As soon as they're lowered,
Wait a minute.
you want to.
You mean the egg might crack if I drop it into a hard surface? Get out of here. Wait a minute. Steam will burn my hands? Wow, thank God you're on the show because I might be dead if it wasn't for fucking journalistic fucking magazine writer Gail Simmons.
Dropped it from above. First of all, your hands are going to burn and you'll crack and break the egg, right? So lower a few in there.
Okay.
And then as soon as they're lowered, you want to set a timer for 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
I love this timer.
It's the greatest. It's not mine. I can't take credit for it. But if you look,
5 or 6 minutes.
that's it. Perfect.
Okay,
That's
great.
going to dig in the middle. We don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
When that's done, we're going to then take them out. But you can wait a minute for that. In the meantime, I love my soldiers. I love my toast soldiers. And how I love them is spread with a little butter. I have some toast soldiers here, but I like to kind of zhuzh up my butter.
Let's
So
judge.
Kelly, if you want to take a masher or you can actually take a spoon,
Yeah, I'll take a
mix it up. Yeah.
Or, as I like to do, I just use Mario Lopez's penis.
And all compound butter is butter seasoned with different things. So I'm going to first season it with a little salt.
You don't
This
say.
is unsalted butter, so you can.
Hold on. I couldn't find my erasable pen. Let me get my mechanical erasable pencil.
Actually, take a spoon.
Yeah,
I need to write that down.
And all compound butter is butter seasoned with different things. So I'm going to first season it with a little salt. This
Got
is
it. If
unsalted butter, so
Wikipedia
you can
wasn't around,
control
that
your
would be
own
really
salt.
helpful.
Some pepper, of course, a little base. And then I'm going to add anything I want. I always pick
Hold on. I got to erase this. I got to make sure I get everything down exactly. It's not like the internet can tell me all this stuff.
And all compound butter is butter seasoned with different things. So I'm going to first season it with a little salt. This is unsalted butter, so you can control your own salt. Some pepper, of course, a little base. And then I'm going to add anything I want. I always pick like a citrus zest and an herb. So here's some basil.
Ooh, an orange zest. Yeah.
Put it all in there. And then I have some orange zest, but you can use lemon, lime. It's just going to give like delicious brightness to the butter.
Sounds amazing.
And then you can butter one of your toast points. And when Mark is finished, let's say he's finished with his eggs, which you would then carefully take out and run under water to cool them just gently for a few minutes. And then you're going to wait. Don't go straight through.
Okay.
The easiest way to do it is you want to go right around the edge like this so that you get a little hat.
Okay.
And then you can just go like this. It comes off and you have your like jammy, beautiful egg you want.
First of all, that's not the one that fucking... Look, you have enough time in this segment to make one from scratch and show us what a good chef you are. So why not let's take the egg that Mark dropped into water? Why don't you show us instead of using these ones that are all just magically made? Because you know why? The fucking people in the back probably fucking mess up 20 eggs before they get a good one. And then or they're using a temperature and they're using science and like a sous vide machine to make sure it's perfect. And then you sit here and take credit and like, look, see what I make all the time when none of you are looking? Right? And I have no documentation or proof of this, but just take my word for it because I'm on TV with my stupid fucking t-shirt with lips on it, my fucking blouse. Well, Kelly's looks like she got breast enlargement. But here's the thing, even that egg is overcooked. She says, look at this beautiful jammy egg. That fucking egg is hard boiled. That egg is not soft boiled. Whoever fucking cooked that egg, because it wasn't fucking journalist Gail Simmons, overcooked that egg, and now she's lying to you.
The edge like this, so that you get
this beautiful jammy egg.
Okay.
It's an overcooked. She said this beautiful jammy egg. The truth is that's a fucking cold, overcooked egg. Fucking lying ass shit. And change your fucking nails. Look like a fucking dipshit.
You can just go like this.
They don't even match your blouse.
It comes off and you have your like jammy, beautiful egg. You want to eat this piece.
I do want to eat that.
The most important thing always, by the way, I'm going to reach around you, Kelly, is season your egg.
Bullshit. This beautiful jammy egg. What a liar.
You can just go like this. It comes off and you have your like jammy, beautiful egg. You want to eat this.
And here's my vagina.
The most important thing always. Like this, it comes off and you have jammy.
And then I show you my vagina.
I do want to eat that.
The most important thing always, by the way, I'm going to reach around you, Kelly, is season your egg too. So let me put a little tiny sprinkle of salt in there.
Marty, that's so good. Come on.
Buttered. You can butter them up. I agree.
Oh, that's delicious.
So butter them and then you can...
That's overcooked. For anyone that knows, that fucking egg is not soft boiled. That's why she's not a chef.
Most important thing always, by the way, I'm going to reach around you, Kelly, is season your egg too. So let me put a little tiny sprinkle of salt in there. Marty, that's for you. Soldiers well buttered. You can butter them up. I agree. So butter them and then you can dip them right into that jammy, delicious egg. That one's cooked sort of like a little more. They're waiting, but you can just
please, I actually give you some props. I give you some credit for actually admitting on TV that those are overcooked because they are fucking overcooked. You could have just bullshit and be like, look, you could dip them into that perfect egg because you told them you fucked up the lie when you said now you could dip them in the egg, but you realize that when he dips them in and there's no like yolk or no runniness, no loose consistency coming onto the toast, fucking novices are going to know that doesn't seem like it's soft boiled. So once she realized, oh shit, I'm going to be busted, she got ahead of the story and just admitted it. Just like when someone like knows they raped a girl, like an actor, and they know there's proof, they get ahead of the story and they just say, I was with a woman 3 years ago in her bedroom. We both drank and had consensual sex and realized that we were both drunk and I had consensual sex with her and we realized it was a mistake. And now that's the narrative that's established first. So then when the girl comes out the next day and says that this person raped me in my hotel room. The person's be like, absolutely not. I told you it wasn't rape. It was consensual, and I said it first. Therefore, it's the truth. I did not rape you. It was consensual sex. You signed an NDA saying so, and I paid you $130,000 to absolutely say it was the truth. It was the truth. Consensual sex. It wasn't good. She's terrible in bed, by the way. I've had better sex with hookers, but it was consensual nonetheless. And she's like, no, he raped me. Nope. I got to them first. So now she's like, oh, crap. They're going to realize it's not soft-boiled. So now she's going to be like, ooh, that one's overcooked. But now she's going to blame someone else. It's like, but I didn't cook that one. So that one's a little over right there. Of course, I didn't cook that one, right? Or here's what she'll say is like, and that one's cooked a little too longer than I would have hoped for. That's not really soft-boiled. So whoever cooked it in the back cooked it a little too long. That one's a little over. That was actually a little over than I would want. So whoever cooked it in the back left it in a little too long. So she's blaming someone else, right? So if it's a good egg, if it came out good, she takes all the credit. But if it's bad, she throws someone else under the bus and blames someone else. So she doesn't cook the egg. If it's good, she lies to you and says she cooked it and takes credit for it. And if it's bad, she blames someone that works on the live staff that we can't see in the background. That's probably going to get fired now. From Gelman. Hey, can you sit down in my office? So you overcooked that egg by 17 and a half seconds. And so I'm going to have to let you go. I'll still see you at church. I'll still see you at the synagogue on Sunday. Wait a minute, your last name's Bernstein? Okay, then I'll just blame someone else. Hey, Fitzpatrick, you overcooked the egg. No, I didn't. I did not cook the egg. Well, I'm just going to say you are. I'm Gelman. We're going to let you go. Security, make sure you go with her. She seems like a crazy Irish bitch that's going to start breaking shit and cause ruckus. You're all drunk molesters. Goodbye.
Into that jammy, delicious egg. That one's cooked sort of like a little more. They're waiting, but you can just cook them a little less. There, that's it.
They were waiting. Oh, that's what it is. When we cooked them, they were perfect. But because they had to wait for like 15 minutes, they overcooked. And that's why they're bad. So now my advice to you is to undercook it and then let it sit for 20 minutes and let it rise to temp. Bullshit. Stop making excuses. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't our fault. They were just waiting there because it's a show.
That one's cooked sort of like a little more. They're waiting, but you can just cook them a little less. There, that's it.
The orange is good.
The orange is good. The orange is good. You know who else says the orange is good? Fucking kindergartners when they're talking to their fucking preschool teacher. Mommy, the orange is good. The orange is good. Me never have orange before. Me want more orange. Mommy, can I have naranja? More naranja? The orange is good. You know what else I like? Grapes. The grape is good. Here, would you like to try a little bit of water? The water is good. Mommy, the water's good. The orange is good. Me never have orange. This is delicious. What do you call it? That's called orange. I like orange. Me have more, please? Por favor? More orange?
There, that's it.
The orange is good.
It's nice, right?
God, what a compliment, you fucking journalist. The orange is good. Thank you so much. Did you farm them yourself? Yes, I did. I farmed them in my I farmed them in my living room. Yeah, I grew my own oranges in my basement. Yeah. She fucking thanks. Thank the farmer. Don't thank a fucking food editor and journalist.
You can dip them right into that jammy,
She's
delicious
a fucking
egg.
writer, not a farmer, not a chef. Why are you complimenting her on the orange?
You can just cook them a little less.
Why don't you just go fucking double down on earlier and kissing your ass wife's trying to get a blowjob? And Gelman's obviously like, babe, the way you mixed this orange with this butter was perfect. It wasn't too much orange, wasn't too little orange. It was just the right amount of orange flavor. It wasn't too thick. It wasn't too thin. It was the perfect creaminess texture with the right amount of orange. Babe, you make the best orange basil compound butter. Do I? Yes, it's just perfect. It's got the right amount of orange, not too orangey, not too little orange, the right amount of basil, and you're mixing the circular motion. It wasn't too much. It wasn't like a rectangle or a circle or an oval. It was more of a circular mix. It was perfect. You make the best. Maybe you can make this for me on Saturday all day while I go out and I pretend to go to the gym when I'm really having sex with your sister-in-law.
That's it.
Over in Harlem.
The orange is good.
It's nice, right? There it is.
Can you make this for me on Saturday while I go over to Harlem and I have sex with an and I go have sex with a jazz dance instructor named LaQuisha. This is so good. Maybe you can make this Saturday while I pretend to go to the gym when I'm really having sex with Devante, a ballet teacher over in Harlem, with a Harlem ballet teacher named Devanta.
The orange is good.
It's
The
nice,
orange
right?
is good.
It is.
The orange is good. Great acting. The orange is good.
But you can just cook them
the
a little-
toast is really good. Oh, this is the best toast I've ever had.
Less.
What about the
There,
orange, you
that's
dick
it.
fuck?
The orange is good.
No
It's
shit.
nice, right?
It's nice, right? It's a nice orange. Been around for fucking 65,000 years.
I start with
Floating in
cold
space
water, then I'm
with
gonna
the
again
rocks.
because
Lower them in.
lower them gently
This
so that
is
you
how
don't.
I do it, but your cooking time is different than my cooking time.
What do you do with cook time here?
So
She fucking puts them in hot water and she probably cooks them for like 5 minutes. And the right way to do a hard-boiled egg is to put them in cold water and then turn the flame on. And right when the water starts to simmer and bubble, you cover the eggs, you turn the heat off, and you let them sit for 20 minutes. That's how you get a perfect hard-boiled egg where it's yellow in the middle and it's not green, it doesn't smell like sulfur, it doesn't have a ring of sulfur oxide around it. That's it. She just puts them in boiled water and boils the fuck out of them for like probably 3 or 4 minutes.
than my cooking time.
What do you do with cook time here?
So I bring it to a boil.
Wrong.
And I turn down the heat. I close it.
Yes, exactly.
And then I leave it for 14 minutes.
Oh, I mean, truthfully, if it's not at too rapid a boil, so what I do is I bring this to a boil, let it boil for 1 minute, then just like you said, close it, turn the heat off completely, remove it from the heat, and let it sit. I usually leave it 10 minutes, but the 10 to 14 won't make a huge difference as long as when you remove
But here's
them.
the thing too. She said let it boil for a minute. If you just turn it, here's the thing. She does it, she brings it to a boil, lets it boil for a minute, and then takes it off after 10 minutes. If right when it starts to simmer, like don't let it get to a rapid boil, and you let it and you have more patience, wait for 20 minutes, it'll be a perfect hard-boiled egg. She's just trying to speed up the process because she's lazy, because she's probably a writer and not a chef. She's a fucking writer. She's a columnist for a fucking magazine, which is probably an online magazine. And now she probably just speaks into a fucking voice device and uses AI to just write her an article, and she submits it to her editor. But if you want to do 10 minutes, check this out. If you bring it up to a simmer, put the egg in, and right when it starts to simmer, you let it go, you turn it off, and you let it sit for 10 minutes. You're going to get a soft-boiled egg, a proper soft-boiled egg. It might take 14 minutes depending on what type of stove top you use, the wattage, how hot the flame is, and also the size of the pot, because obviously a smaller pot, the heat's going to get distributed through the pot faster, which will make for a quicker cooking time. But if you use a big-ass pot like this that can fit a whole roast in it to cook one egg, it's going to take a lot more time for that heat to transmit through to the pot, so it's going to take longer. So you have to take into consideration the amount of the flame you have, but more importantly, the size of the pot or pan, or mostly pot, the size of the pot you're using to do the egg. That's all. Those are all factors you have to take into consideration coming from a chef.
So what I do is I bring this to a boil, let it boil for 1 minute, then just like you said, close it, turn the heat off completely, remove it from the heat, and let it sit. I usually leave it 10 minutes, but the 10 to 14 won't make a huge difference as long as when you remove them, you put them right in an ice bath.
I never do the ice bath.
Well, this is the thing. Let me ask you, have you ever had that issue where
Yes.
you get the green?
Yes.
What were you going to say?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was going to say something else, but continue.
So do you ever see there's sometimes green? You guys ever seen that before?
Yes.
And that
And you
green
think
layer.
there's something wrong with the egg.
Let's clap for green
No,
eggs.
nothing's wrong. You can totally eat it, but that is actually a chemical reaction between the sulfur,
Sulfur?
and the iron compound in the egg.
Yeah.
When you boil it too aggressively or for too long, and then you don't cool it down right away, that green film will
No
appear.
shit.
So have an ice
Jesus,
bath.
wait a
Lots of
minute.
ice
I
in
didn't
the
know
water.
that. Wait a minute. Mark doesn't know this. Oh my gosh. You mean you're telling us this is stuff? You're telling us something that we all learn as kids when we're fucking decorating Easter eggs when we're in 1st and 2nd grade? You're telling us that because none of us have ever done Easter eggs and none of us know that. Of course, Mark is like, oh wow, what an interesting fact. I never knew that. So can you explain that to me? Look at that. Look at that. This is fucking like 2nd grade science. And he's fucking sitting there raising his hand like, oh, this is fun stuff. Can you please tell me more? Can I stay after class and can you tutor me in 2nd grade science? You dumb fucking asshole licking cunt bitch fucking asshole cork sucking whore. You dumb fucking.
And in the egg, when you
ugly
boil
soul.
it too aggressively or for too long, and then you
Stupid
don't
fucking
cool it
idiot.
down right away, that green film
look at him.
will
He's
appear.
fascinated
So
at
have an
second
ice
grade
bath,
science.
Lots
What
of
were you
ice
going
in
to
cold
say?
water.
When you cook an egg and all of a sudden you can't peel it, it just rips the yolk.
Well, that
and the-
happens too, but that's a different problem.
What is that problem?
So that issue, and we can try peeling them here. I have a couple.
Oh,
eggs.
let's see if they mess up.
So take one here. The best way to peel an egg
They're
is
all
to
gonna mess
crack
up.
it
Come on.
around,
Come on,
start at the
chef.
bottom, sort of crack around.
Come on, fucking chef.
And then peel it. I'm just going to peel it right into here. Now, this one's peeling really easily, and you can see that there's this little like air pocket. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little air pocket in there. That's the perfect egg. And now I know it's going to peel really easily. Sometimes when you don't have that air pocket, it actually means that the egg is really fresh.
Yeah, too fresh.
And when it's fresh, it's really full and it fills the shell completely.
Yes.
But a week or two later, which is okay, eggs don't go bad in a week if you buy them fresh.
Dude, fucking Mark, stop talking like you know what you're talking about. This is why he's not a good actor, and he's not. That's why he's stuck working with his fucking breadwinner wife. He's stuck doing daytime TV. By the way, a job he only got because his wife hooked him up. Because you're not a good actor. Stop acting like you know what you're talking about. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, yes, of course, yeah.
There's a little air pocket in there. That's the perfect egg. And now I know it's going to peel really easily. Sometimes when you don't have that air pocket, it actually means that the egg is really fresh.
Yeah, too fresh.
And when it's fresh, it's really full and it fills the shell completely.
Yes.
But
Yes.
a week or two
Yes.
later, which is okay.
Oh,
eggs
yes. It
don't
fills
go
the shell.
bad
I know
if
that.
You buy them fresh.
Right.
A week or two later, the egg.
He's the type of guy that fucking can't admit. He's too proud to admit he doesn't know something. So he'll sit there and he'll listen to someone explain something. And then at the end, he'll be like, exactly. Or like, yes. Or like, absolutely. Giving you the impression like, yeah, I knew that. Like, oh, so when you take this and you take this glass and you add this amount of heat, this is what's going to happen. He's like, yep. He's like, exactly. Yeah. Because now he feels like, oh, I tricked them into thinking I know what they're talking about. So now they think I'm just as smart as them. Yeah, exactly.
And when
Look
it's
at
fresh,
him.
it's really
He doesn't know what the
full
fuck
and
she's.
it
Look at his
fills the
dumbass
shell
fucking look.
completely. But
Yes.
A week or two later,
Yes,
which
like,
is
yes.
okay.
Oh,
eggs
yes.
Don't go bad in a week if you buy them fresh.
Right.
A week or two later, the egg white starts to pull away as it ages. It evaporates a little bit. It loses some of that water, and it evaporates, pulls away from the shell. And so slightly less fresh eggs are actually going to be way
So is that the problem? My
easier
eggs
to
are
peel.
too-
You use
Your
the
eggs are
Too
probably
fresh.
yes.
Too fresh.
And-
For a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah,
But this
right.
peeled perfectly. Like this
Yeah.
is the perfect
Mine
egg.
peeled.
Thank you, whoever bought these eggs. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
scrambled.
scrambled.
Mm.
Do you like scrambled eggs?
She makes beautiful scrambled eggs.
Oh, there you go. Scrambled eggs are an art. I think most people throw an egg in a pan, too high heat. There's lots of brown and crust. And that's what you like. That's what you like. I'm not judgmental at all about
Sounds
your
a
eggs.
little judgy, yeah.
Okay, I'm a little judgy. I mean, it's what I do for a living,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Okay, so the first thing I think people's mistake is when they're cracking eggs is that they crack the wrong way. So most people like to crack an egg. If you want to take one over here, against the corner.
Oh my
Don't
gosh,
do that.
yes.
Do not
I
do
have
that.
been waiting. I've been for 30 years. I've been wondering, how do I crack an egg? I can never get it right. Thank God we have a fucking magazine columnist to show us all, not only how to crack an egg, but to spend 3 minutes giving us a very detailed explanation and tutorial on how to fucking crack open an egg and empty it into a fucking bowl enough to fucking put enough soup in there to feed an entire orphanage.
The countertop.
Crack it always on the countertop, on the flat surface. If you crack it on the corner, go right ahead.
Shells might fall in.
If you crack it on the corner, you risk the shell moving up and into the egg, getting pieces of shell in your egg,
Oh
and
no!
also breaking the yolk.
Oh no! And then if the shell goes into the egg, what will we ever do? We might actually have to invest 3 seconds of our life getting a spoon or using our finger to pick it out. And and then that might affect our mental health, and we'll have to seek the help of a therapist because we got eggshell in our egg, and then we had to pick it out. What am I going to do now? Now you know what that's going to lead to? I'm going to watch an episode of The Real Housewives, and I'm going to fall asleep with fucking 3 seconds left in the episode. And if I just would have cracked that egg on the counter instead of the bowl this morning, I wouldn't have had to spend that 3 seconds getting it out, and then I wouldn't have missed the last 3 seconds of Real Housewives of fucking butt fuck Ohio, and I would have been able to watch the whole episode. So because I cracked the egg, it's a snowball effect. Because I didn't crack the egg on the counter, now see what happens later in the day. I missed the end of Real Housewives of buttfuck Ohio. So this is why it's important to crack your eggs on the counter, because it could fuck up your whole life.
Pieces of shell in your egg, and also
give me a
breaking
fucking
the yolk,
break.
which
Go
you don't
fuck
want
yourself,
to necessarily
you
do,
stupid
depending on what you're
fucking
doing. So you can do it that
condescending
way.
cunt.
And so once you have, I always prefer a fork.
By the way, this is just a acting demonstration in a reel for a video audition that I am submitting for a movie role, and also to SNL to let them know the range I could play, a wide range of characters for sketches, but also for dramatic film. So if any of you think this is real, I am letting you know, heads up, this is nothing but an audition reel playing, showcasing dramatic acting skills for a villainous character in a major motion picture. Okay, so relax, everyone.
And so once you have, I always prefer a fork. You can totally, and I agree with you sometimes. There are forks here if you want to use a fork. That's a little whisk. The point is you want to get some air into them, break them up. And then I'm kind of going to make a bit of a decadent version. And then add some cream.
Heavy cream.
It's going to be delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta add cream.
I'm not saying every day I add cream to my eggs, but when I do, I don't regret it.
I add
Can you
cream
use
to
other
his eggs
stuff
every
other than
day.
cream?
You can really use anything you want. I use a little bit of some sort of milk or thinning agent. If you don't want to use milk, you can use alternative milk. Just make sure it's unsweetened. Or a little water, like a splash of water, just to thin out the consistency.
That's what Dave Mullen uses. He uses water.
Yeah, and that works. It totally works.
So salt?
Season, always. A little pepper. And then I'm going to start with my butter, which is over there, Mark. If
There
you
you
want to put the butter, excuse my reach,
Here.
Go for it.
right in. If it's thick, there you go.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this down a bit because the key is you actually don't want the eggs to be cooked on too high heat because eggs, especially now that you've added cream, are going to burn really easily.
All right. Well,
So I
we're going to take
think-
a break, and we'll
there you
finish
go.
with the scrambled eggs during the commercial break. And when we return, we're going to be frying some eggs as well.
Monday on Live from the new series Palm Royale, Carol Burnett.
I can't believe we are dedicating fucking 2 fucking segments to fucking making fried eggs and cracking an egg. And peeling an egg. This is the biggest fucking waste of time ever.
My feet have turned on me.
Don't you usually fold your feet in like that anyway? Just stick them in your shoe.
Vagina?
What are you talking about?
Next.
My feet have turned on me.
Don't you usually fold your feet in like that anyway? Just stick them in your
Type vagina?
shoe.
What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
My feet have turned on me.
Don't you usually fold your feet in like that anyway? Just stick them in your
My brown vagina?
What are you talking
God
about?
damn it.
Turned on me.
Don't you usually fold your feet in like that anyway? Just stick them in
My brown vagina?
What are you talking about?
Next live from Roadhouse, Lucas Gage, Kylan Lee, plus Chef Eric Prepare.
Now I need to know who adds water. I don't add water. I used to add milk when I was younger, but I stopped doing that. I just don't want to compromise the flavor of the egg.
And also breaking the yolk, which you don't want to necessarily do depending on what you're doing.
Oh my God.
That's a little whisk. The point is you want to get some air into them, break them up. And then I'm kind of going to make a bit of a decadent version. And then add some cream.
heavy cream.
It's going to be delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta add cream.
I'm not saying every day I add cream to my eggs,
Yeah,
but when
you
I
gotta
do, I don't
add
regret
cream.
I add
Can
cream.
you
Look at Kelly. Kelly's like, yeah, you gotta add cream. If you really want, add creme fraiche. All right, if you want to sound
some
fancy.
cream.
Heavy cream.
It's
You
gonna
gotta
be
add
delicious.
cream.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta add cream.
I'm
You
not
gotta.
saying every day I add cream to my eggs, but when I do, I don't regret it.
I add
Can you
cream
use
to
other
his eggs
stuff
every
other than
day.
cream?
You can really use anything you want. I use a little bit of some sort.
She goes, I add cream to his eggs every day. So you cook him eggs every day? Bullshit. Another lie.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta
You gotta add cream.
add cream.
I'm not saying every day I add cream to my eggs, but when I do, I don't regret it.
I add
Can you
cream
use
to
other
his eggs
stuff
every
other than
day.
cream?
You can really use anything you want. I use a little bit of some sort of milk or thinning agent. If you don't want to use milk, you can use alternative milk. Just make sure it's unsweetened. Or a little water, like a splash of water, just to thin out the consistency.
That's what Dave Mullen uses. He uses water.
Yeah.
That's what Dave Mullen
While
uses.
these are cooking.
That's what Dave Mullen uses.
Stuffed pasta. The pasta dough, I think, was definitely
Oh, so now we're showing clips of her fucking criticizing people's pasta.
There's one type of dish our chefs can't get right. Stuffed pasta.
The pasta dough, I think, was definitely a little bit thick, a little bit uneven.
Take influence from anywhere in the world. I just want to know that you're making a fresh pasta dough.
Welcome back to today's Egg-cellent Live Cooking School segment with top chefs Gail Simmons. As promised, we're about to be schooled on frying eggs. We're just finishing up this.
You made the most beautiful scrambled eggs. We added some Parmesan, we added some chives.
I'll try that.
Yeah,
There he goes.
I'm gonna just wait. Well, hold on. I'm gonna finish it, and I'm gonna grate just like a little more parm on top because
She didn't
I can.
make that.
You know,
Yeah, because you can and you
Kelly
shall.
didn't make that.
There
They
you go.
switched it from
Gorgeous.
behind.
That's a delicious plate of eggs.
Okay,
right there.
we were talking about the difference.
Oh, this is
between
good. Point to it.
fried over easy,
Oh,
sunny
yeah.
side up.
Right.
This is, we're going to do, what is this?
So fried eggs are both over easy or sunny side up. You either fry your eggs sunny side up, which means the yolk is facing up,
Oh, thank you for explaining that.
or it's over easy, over medium when you flip it over.
Got it.
I'm going to start with just the sunny side up egg, and I have a little bit of butter. This is a very generous
How
amount
insulting.
of butter. I appreciate.
Yeah.
How insulting that you have to explain. You think you have to explain to everyone what sunny side up means.
And I'm going to get that cooking. You want to always coat your pan, but look, you can also. You don't need to use butter. I happen to love that trifecta of salt, eggs, and butter.
Yes.
But if you want to use olive oil or a neutral oil, avocado oil, that's fine too.
Crack the egg?
Yes, but again, on a flat surface, I'm gonna crack it exactly
So
right
you do it into the ramekin.
Now, when I'm rushing again and have to do it quickly, I don't
Should I
necessarily.
do two?
I would do one at a time.
One at a time. Okay.
And then, but this will just allow you to control the splatter and make sure they cook up really nicely.
See, I never do that
Well,
step.
this is extra. You know what I mean? I'm being a little extra.
You're being extra.
I'm being extra because this is like the best way to do it if you really want to get the most.
When we see the chefs cracking on the pan, what are they doing? And like spreading their hands?
Yeah, I mean, you can crack an egg with one hand. You want to be careful like that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
But the chances
Not
you do
exactly.
Wow, that's genius.
I never really do that. That's like a chefy show.
That is
move.
genius.
And I would say 7 out of 10 times it gets messed up.
Right.
All right.
That was a lot. Okay. So these are going to be sunny side up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep you don't want to go too high heat again because it'll burn, but I'm going to cover it for a second and that'll allow the steam to cook the top. And then when it's done, you can just remove it to a plate. Now, while these are
Are
cooking,
you impressed that I do all? See, I know I'm
I know
really
you-
good at cooking eggs.
you
That's
cooked
the
the most beautiful scrambled eggs
only
right
gift
there.
I have.
So over easy, I mean, I think that's a lie, Kelly, but that's fine.
No, this is truly the only.
Cook in the kitchen, perhaps in the
Mhm.
kitchen. So this is going to be the over easy egg. So I have
I'm
that
so
butter.
bad at flipping an egg. It scares the crap
Flip, it's
out of me.
hard. Like we used all our eggs.
Oh no, wait, there's one here.
Oh, there is. Okay, perfect. You want to put it back in the ramekin, or we'll just do
Ramekin here.
Yeah.
No, ramekin it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, again, in the copious amounts of butter, which also looks beautiful and bubbly and sizzly, I'm going to lower my egg. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. And now that's good. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to let it set for just a minute.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can show you this.
Oh, look at our gorgeous. Look at these eggs. How
Here you go.
perfect
So
they
there's
are.
the sunny side up egg.
And what kind of spatula is
Okay, so this is my secret. If you're not gonna, people like to use these massive spatulas and then they have a really hard time picking up the egg. It's gentle. You want to be so careful with it. So I love a fish spatula, not just for fish. I'm a huge cheerleader for the fish spatula in every kitchen. It's so good for many, many things, but it really allows you to get in, under, and be very gentle. Ooh, some of the white went away, but I didn't break the yolk, which is the key.
That's the key, right?
Right there.
Right.
And then you can lift it so gently.
Gorgeous.
And then season with a little pinch of salt. Go for that. Exactly. There you go.
Little pepper. He likes the pepper on it.
Yeah.
Are you going to eat these too?
I'm going to look at them.
Keep it up. Good protein. Good protein.
Are we set over
All right,
here?
so here we're set. I'm going to do the same thing. So the white now is pretty set. And I'm again going to use my really
watch you do
thin
this.
spatula. You want to just kind of like push, get under it. If I tip it a bit,
Okay.
I can do it.
There you
There we go.
Nice. And what do you do with the butter there?
Yes. So my last trick is we have all this beautiful butter.
Yes.
I'm gonna just tip this is the chefy trick. I'm gonna tip my pan and get some of that butter on a teaspoon or a tablespoon and just baste it over the egg. You don't want to waste a drop.
Oh my gosh.
And there you have it. And then when it's done, gorgeous.
All right. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you
so much. The 21st season of Top Chef debuted last night on Bravo. New episodes air on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Next, Walk Off the Moon performs. Stick around.
If you would like to know more about anything you've seen during Live's cooking school, just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Okay, you get the gift?
Yep, one brand maker regifted.
That was the biggest waste of fucking time. Now let's go listen to what they fucking said about eggs at the beginning. Oh my fucking god. What do we got here? Your fucking eggs.
You know, also I like a fried egg. If I have some toast, I just put it in between there and I close it up and I let it roll.
When she look at her, she's like, this is so boring. You act like you're making love when you're talking about eggs.
People prefer their eggs cooked. What do you think the number one way to the people their eggs cooked?
Scrambled?
Scrambled. 45% chose scrambled.
My own personal, you guys are my own personal focus group.
You make great scrambled eggs.
Do I?
Yeah, they're not too dry. They're not too wet. They've got a nice orange color to them. I don't know if it's cheese or whatever you put in.
Sometimes I add a
little cheese. I love them. They're really, really good. It's my favorite. Second place, a fried egg.
Fried egg.
A fried egg.
Yeah.
Now that's a fry. That's both sides, right? Fried eggs.
Fried is one side.
Followed closely by sunny side up.
That's
yeah. Fried egg is the flipped.
Yeah.
But flipped and hard.
Over easy is over easy. But fried is harder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't like fried. Then I don't like fried.
I know
it's
you.
dry in the middle.
Well,
I
never
don't like that. Sunny side up is nice because it's just pretty. It's like just goes there and you can dip your things in it and it runs. And then you get your bacon and you do that. And if you're really crazy, you get a pancake with some syrup on it and you mash it up like that. You know? Also, I like a fried egg. If I have some toast, I just put it in between there and I close it up and I let it run off the side down my arm.
I know you're acting like I'm not with you when all of these things are happening.
Oh, was that you that you were? Yes.
Yes, that was me.
Yes.
I made all of those eggs.
And poached eggs, 7%. That was like one of the least favorite. I know how to make a poached egg. You taught me how to do that. A little bit white vinegar with water, and then you
got to create the funnel.
The funnel.
You got to create the funnel. It's all about the funnel.
Yeah, but I think my favorite, and brings me back to my childhood, is those. It's like a 3-minute egg or a 5-minute egg, a soft-boiled egg.
You and Joaquin.
Yeah, my mom. When I grew up, my mom would call it "wova la coque." I'm not sure why she said that. I think it's French, but it sounds French. But she had these little holders, and you put the egg on top, and you get a little spoon, and you just crack the top off, and you chip that off, and you see what's inside. The beauty.
The little soldiers.
The little, and then you put some
toast. You toast the bread, and you cut them, and then it's the little soldiers.
Yeah, you put the salt in, a little pepper, and then do that. And then you think you're done, right? No, you take that little spoon, and you scrape out all the insides out, and you're just left with this little shell.
So great news.
Now, as we can see, the way he just described that is not what ended up happening later in the segment. So look at him try to bullshit you with this story. And then when it's time to actually go to the laboratory and produce results of your hypotheses, your fucking result is an epic fucking fail. You dumb shit. The little soldiers. You guys are.
It sounds French, but she had these little holders, and you put the egg on top, and you get a little spoon, and you just crack the top off, and you chip that off, and you see what's inside. The beauty.
The little soldiers.
The little, and then you put some
salt. You toast the bread, and you cut them, and then it's the little soldiers.
Yeah, you put the salt in, a little pepper, and then do that. And then you think you're done, right? No, you take that little spoon, and you scrape out all the insides out, and you're just left with this little shell.
So great news for anybody planning a vacation. People who are packing to go on spring break. There's this method called the 3-3-3 method. I guess it gained popularity on the TikTok. Anyway, it's a streamlined, stress-free approach to packing.
Okay.
You want to hear about it?
I want to hear it.
Oh, of course. Okay. We all want to hear it. That's why we watch.
Tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 pairs of shoes to create.
And 3 underwear. Look at his face, like only 3. You can see the rest of that at the beginning of this video. Now let's go back to the end. I'm going to make this as difficult as it can be for all of you viewers because of Gail Simmons. It's all her fault.
Live's cooking school. Just log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com. Okay, you get the gift?
This is a funny commercial. You should watch it on YouTube. Just go to my commercial YouTube channel. I have 9 YouTube channels. Oh, here we go. Who are these people? Oh, this is the family. This is the family, the husband and the wife with their kids, right? These girls are hot. I just want to look at these girls. This is the orgy I want to have in replacement of my final meal when I go to Death Row.
And you can get it delivered immediately. The really huge clearance event is on now at all Smith's showrooms. Sorry. I don't know how to wink well.
Oh, isn't that cute? They share the outtakes. That lets you know that they're genuine people. Makes you want to spend $7,500 on a wooden couch. That's how they get your trust. Look, we're just like you. We're regular people that make mistakes. Buy furniture from us.
They are multi-platinum Juno Award winners who are selling out arenas all over the world. Here's Walk Off the Earth with Whatever. Whatever.
Here, Walk Off the Earth. We need you to sing this with us right now, yeah?
Everybody at home, sing along. Let's go.
One more time. One day I don't wanna wake up wondering where all the time for. One day I don't wanna be stuck with a page full of friends that I play no time for. Hey, it's been a minute. Yeah, we talk about life, but I wanna live it. I wanna live it. It's you. Whatever you wanna do, down for whatever, as long as it's you. Nothing but time, we got nothing to lose. Down for whatever, as long as it's you. When you're with me, nowhere I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah. Whatever you wanna do, down for whatever, as long as it's you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Someday on the runway with a couple more ways somewhere they can't find us. I know that we've been stressed out, but we're set down and I wanna put it all behind us. It's been a minute. Yeah, we talk about life, but I wanna live it. So give me a minute with you. Whatever you wanna do, down for whatever, as long as it's you. Nothing but time, we got nothing to lose. Down for whatever, as long as it's you. When you're with me, nowhere I'd rather be. Whatever you wanna do, down for whatever, as long as it's you.
Tomorrow on Live, from the series The Way Home, Kyler Lee.
See, you notice he wasn't really, the kid wasn't really talking at the beginning, but they wanted him to feel part of, like, it's like when you're making food and you want the kid to be a part of the dish. So you're, hey, you know what you could do is you could mix this. And it's like, that's like scrambling the eggs. The eggs don't need to be mixed anymore, but you let the kid feel like they're a part of it. At the beginning, he wasn't really singing loud. He was just kind of mimicking. He was just like talking really, really softly. He said, hey, this is all right. So we're going to have you do 2 different voices because that's how good you are. So at the beginning, you have to talk really, really quiet and go really, really low. And really what they're doing is they're making sure that no one can hear his voice because he'll mess them up. But he feels like he's part of the song. And it gives him something to do instead of just standing there doing nothing. Because the other kids are playing instruments. He's just standing there doing nothing. Then at the end, they tell him he could do his real voice. And you could tell by his high-pitched voice, it's not the best voice. It sounds like as he gets older, he's going to not be a good singer. So they drown him out with their adult voices, which are above average. But you got to give the kid like till as long as he knows vocal structure and how to hit notes, you got to wait till he goes through puberty, and he might be a better singer when he's older. You know, as long as he knows how to control his voice. But sometimes when you go through puberty, it doesn't help you. Your voice gets worse. You know, listen to Peter Brady on the Brady Bunch. You know, some kids, they sing really good when they're a kid, but when they become an adult, their voice changes and they actually become a worse singer. And some kids are terrible singers, but when their voice changes and they become a teenager and a young adult, they actually sing better, which is like me. And then some kids are great singers when they're young and they get even better. And some kids are terrible singers, and when they get older, it becomes worse. So you got to give this kid a fair chance, like another 6 or 7 years, to actually see if he's going to be a good singer. But right now, he's not really a good singer. He's just in the family business. But we'll see. There's a chance he might get better when he gets older. But as of now, he doesn't look like he's going to be a good singer when he gets older. Like Michael Jackson, I would argue, was a way better singer when he was a child. And when he got older and his voice changed, he actually became a worse singer. Still good singer, but he was a lot better when he was a kid and he could hit those higher notes. And then once he got into his 20s and stuff, he just became a vocalist. And he was actually like the older he got, the more terrible of a singer he became. But he was already just a pop icon. And he was a good vocalist, but he was a better singer when he was younger. And as he got older, his voice actually got worse. But Michael Jackson was not a good singer in his 30s and 40s. And not even really in his 20s. He was just good, but he wasn't. He was a great singer when he was younger. He was just slightly above average in his 20s and then was a bad singer. Once the Black or White album came out, you realize he wasn't even singing. He was more screaming. I told my baby on the side of the night, because he couldn't sing anymore. So he had to start basically screaming his lyrics and becoming a vocalist because he couldn't sing like he used to. And when you hear him sing things like Heal the World, Make It a Better Place, dude, that song would have been way better if it was sung by a 10-year-old Michael Jackson. It's really bad. They use more you realize they have more like background singers. They have like 10 or 12 really good background singers supporting him because his voice got worse. He wasn't a good singer when he was doing that shit in the 90s. He was a bad singer. So they had to hire people to help him keep up the false image that he's this talented guy.
That's tailored to your
when really he was just a talented kid and had a short window and his fucking candle blew out. And then they just milked the shit out of his image, and everyone made money off of him. Poor Michael. Poor Michael. That totally explains. I totally understand now why you wanted to like masturbate while you were looking at little boys spread open butt cheeks and looking at their stinky fucking fudge holes. Any person, any adult would want to masturbate to little boys' fudge holes with their cheeks spread open in a big bedroom in a hotel while their parents are next door letting this happen. That makes total sense, Michael Jackson.
More value, superior customer service.
I know that I'm better than you. So make sure to like and subscribe because we have lots of fun on this channel. Wait till we do trivia night.
Increase, but from home. Now's your chance to see it live and in person. You can check out all the stars. Be part of the show. And maybe even win a prize. It's exclusive. Don't miss out on all the fun. Visit our website and get your tickets for Live with Kelly and Mark now.
Don't forget on tomorrow's show, Lucas Gage is here.
And Kyler Lee.
And how to make sauces with Chef Eric Rappel.
I bet he's going to do the 5 mother sauces. He's going to make a hollandaise. The question is he going to make it from scratch? Because that takes a while. If anything, they're going to pull out a hollandaise that someone made ahead of time. Or if he's really a talented chef, he should make a hollandaise using a blender and show you how to do that. That's really cool.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And if you love the life you're living, go ahead and dive right in and shake it like you mean it. Do a little dance. Show me what you got. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Find your happiness in San Diego.
This weekend and this weekend only. Don't miss the biggest semi-annual sale at the Room Place. The best prices in Chicagoland just got better. Save hundreds on the latest trends and styles, like this sofa for just $5.99. Plus special hot buys. 5-piece bedrooms, only $6.99.
probably push them a little bit.
Yeah, we're giving them space to
Okay,
speak.
all right. Our Women's History Month celebration continues to highlight women taking on the vital issues in the upcoming presidential election.
March 21st, season 2,
Yes, and,
episode 140.
today we are honoring a
Thanks for
woman who
watching.
journeyed thousands of miles and found her American dream, and is making sure all migrant.
I appreciate you letting me waste your time by spending 50 minutes showing you all how to make eggs. The biggest waste of fucking space is this space right here, and the biggest waste of time was what I just showed you. Go watch a fucking YouTube video. Save your mental health. The only eggs I want to scramble are up in between your legs, down your hoo-ha chute, in your vaginal canal. I'm talking to my mom, not you.